All right, yeah, so basically, I'm Stefan George from Gnosis. Gnosis, most of you will probably think about, if you know Gnosis, you will probably think about prediction markets. That's what we've been working on for a very long time. So we actually started working on prediction markets already in 2013. So at that time, we built a prediction market / sports betting application, peer-to-peer sports betting application using Bitcoin as currency. Eventually, we shifted to Ethereum beginning of 2015, when we saw that the development of Ethereum made actually progress, and it became likely that this network would actually launch and allow decentralized applications to function. And then we did this as part of Consensus, which is a bigger company based in New York. And then last year, we were finally able to spin off from this company doing our own token sale. We raised money at that time and created our own company based in Gibraltar. And fortunately, we did it at a time when Ether was still at $50. So suddenly we were in a situation where we had a lot more funds to maintain than we initially planned to. And this allowed us to create a much bigger company that creates now not only prediction markets, but also underlying technology to allow prediction markets to function, especially decentralized exchanges, but also core infrastructure like multi-signature wallets and wallets in general, which should allow us to enable decentralized economy. Because if you think about what's the crypto world looks like today, I was just recently in Singapore and South Korea, and for a long time, crypto was always considered to be a niche market, right? There are very few people using it. But if you look at Asia, this phase has already ended. There's already mass adoption of crypto. So in South Korea, over 30% of the population owns crypto. 30%. And some days, the volume on the crypto exchanges surpassed the trading volume of their stock exchange. So that's how that's how crazy it is already in Asia, and that still doesn't mean that we have a decentralized economy, because all of this trading happens on centralized exchanges, right? So all of this trading, all those tokens that eventually should actually be used in decentralized networks, they're all on centralized exchanges, and they will never be used for any utility as long as they're just on an exchange to speculate and trade them. So the natural first step is to let users move those funds from centralized exchanges to a decentralized network to trade them on a decentralized network. And in order to get there, we have to provide tools that allow people to safely maintain their funds. And there are already like thousands of wallets out there, right? So basically, if you look for Ethereum ERC20 wallet in the App Store, you will find many different wallet solutions. But all of them have a fundamental problem, that they all rely on the user understanding what the concept of public-private key encryption is. So they always have to create a backup of their private key. If they are losing their private key, they lose everything. And for now, I would say like we have like already, I think NanoLedger sold like 1 million devices, which is quite impressive. I think MetaMask has over 1 million downloads. It's also very impressive. But if we would like to onboard the next, let's say, 50 million users, then we cannot expect them to understand what the private key is. And even today, if you look at the support forums for wallets, many support requests are, I lost my password. Can you please help me recover my password? No, you just lost everything. Sorry. And that's a problem that we see and that we think has to be solved in order to actually enable the next 50 million or 100 million users that already own crypto today to actually use it in a decentralized network for decentralized applications. And that's where our new product comes in, that's the Gnosis Safe. So how did we get there? So basically last year, around the same time, we presented our first wallet product, which was a multi-signature wallet. yeah, a multi-signature wallet for Ethereum. And so we developed a smart contract to do this, as well as a user interface to let users easily create and maintain funds. And this is how it looks like. Not super pretty, but functional, and for most users, easy to use. And because at that time, there was basically no multi-signature wallet interface available, the Ethereum Foundation created their own multi-sig wallet contract, which didn't allow to secure ERC20 tokens. So that's why we created a new one, including this interface. And at that time, it was the only option available. Then Parity also released another possible UI. But eventually, this UI and this contract became the most frequently used contract to maintain ICO funds. So basically, almost every ICO that's done today is still using this smart contract. Eventually, with this interface, some people wrote their own interface, but it's using the same core technology. So basically, this Gnosis multisig allowed for saving and maintaining funds of ERC20 tokens. It allowed to do cold storage. Yeah, cold storage basically allows to sign transaction offline, maintain like the private keys that are maintaining this multi-signature wallet. They should never touch an online computer. That's possible with this wallet. We also enabled hardware wallet support, and we had a comprehensive UI, at least compared to everything else that was available. And yeah, again, like the main use case is maintaining ICO funding. And yeah, instances of this smart contract, they hold literally like billions of dollars worth of ERC20 tokens right now. However, there are many issues with it. And one is, for example, that it's relatively expensive to use, because if you are a smart contract developer or if you know about Ethereum, then storing information on the blockchain is the most expensive operation that you can do. And the way how this multisig functioned was that basically the transaction data itself is shared by saving the transaction data in the smart contract before execution. Yeah, it just was the simplest way to do this, just saying, okay, I want to do a transaction. I submit the transaction data to the smart contract, then everyone obviously can see what's listed there and then execute it. But that's something that's really expensive. At that time, again, like when you release it, Ether was at $10. It was not a big problem. But now, because Ether price increased such a lot, it actually becomes quite expensive to use. Not a big deal for ICOs that maintain millions of dollars. But of course, we would like everyone to use this, so then it actually becomes an issue.